Hey guys, this is a video that may or may not come as a surprise. Recently picked up this first generation Moss Caribbean Breeze. Like many of the fans I've been finding lately, it was new in the box, sans box, so it was still in all the original styrofoam and plastic and everything, but no box or instructions. It's made by the General Electric Company of, it says GEC of England and also of Singapore. Let's see if we can see that on the label.
Maybe if you turn down the light behind.
It's showing up pretty good. General Electric Company of Singapore, wholly owned subsidiary of General Electric Company of England. So I wonder how the Davimport fans, like the one in the office at 12 Wings, are also made by General Electric Company, but I believe they're made in India. So I'm assuming it's the same company, but that's kind of unusual. Maybe somebody knows more about that than I do. And Andy and I were talking about how similar this is to the alleged British-made Airmasters. Even if you lift up the lower canopy, the way the down rod and the capacitor mount is identical. The motor is very similar. The blade structure is very similar. The only thing really different is the nut on the bottom. And the other thing that's unusual about these is that the blades actually mount to this rubber wheel on the side of the motor. It's like a spinner with a rubber flywheel almost. So, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't think those Airmasters were actually made in England. I think they were made in this makes me think maybe Singapore. So, let's check it out. It came with its own 5-speed transformer-based control here. So we're going to try that first, and then we can try it with some of the other controls and see how it responds. I believe 1 is low. So let's check it out. That is drawing 0.28 amps. Down to 0.27. Oh, back up to 0.28. I'm not a big fan of transformer-based speed controls. They're a little bit wasteful because sometimes they get hot, and that heat is, you know, electricity being dissipated. And plus, I've never had a transformer-based speed control that's gone very slow on low, and you guys know that I like a nice slow low speed. So that's low. Let's go to speed 2, which I guess we can call that medium low. Feeling any air from it, Andy? I'm getting a little bit, not a whole lot, but.
Again, I mean, I guess I feel a slight difference from the fan not being on, but not much.
Right. At 0.31. Let's go to medium, speed 3, 0.36. It's sped up rather quickly. All these speeds are rather fast for me. I don't really know if I would use many of them. Still at 0.36. 4. I can't remember if I showed you or not. 4 is 0.40. Call that medium high. And then we'll make our way up to 5, which is high. We're at 0.53. Fan is rated for I believe 0.7 amps at 110 volts. So, it's actually quite a bit under spec here, but it seems to be going as fast as it would go on high. Let's check out the air movement. Directly under the fan. It's not spectacular. It's not bad. You can tell there's air moving, but it's not as much of a breeze as the little ones that are made in Taiwan pack a mean punch directly under the fan. Let's see how we go. Let me go out. It's a 48-inch fan, so I'm not really expecting it to do much from a distance. I'm going to give it a shot anyways. Well, I can feel that there's air moving back here, which is better than some of the, that's actually better than a lot of the 48-inch fans, and it's even better than some of the 56-inch. Why don't you check it out, Andy, and see if you feel anything there.
A little bit of a draft.
Every so often, I think you get a little gust of air. At least I did. I'm a little bit surprised because it's a 48-inch fan, and I've tested a couple other 48-inch fans, and none of them have done very much from that far away.
You know what you haven't done?
What haven't I done?
You haven't done a 48-inch Airmaster.
That's true. We should do that at some point. I really want to find a 36-inch Airmaster, actually. So let's spin it down, and then we're going to try it with the with a few other controls. Off. While it's spinning down, I'm going to hook up the 4-speed control here. I'm just going to hook it up straight in series with the 5-speed control, and just make sure the 5-speed control stays on high. Bearings were a little noisy on this out of the box, but after it ran for a few minutes, it seems like the noise has gone away. At least it had a little noise when I spun it by hand, but now it seems to be pretty quiet. I'm going to try to plug this in without screwing up the camera too much. Is it not going in there? This is the second commercial fan testing video that Andy has been a part of, although there was some discussion about whether or not to call this a commercial fan when it was sold for residential use, but it is 3 metal blades. Okay, so let's just check and make sure that we're good to go here. I'm going to put it on high. Oh, nope, we're not. So, oh, because this control is off. Let's make sure. Yep. Okay. Can you stop it by hand, Andy? Okay. Let's start it out on, this is low with the 4-speed control. Trying 0.24, which is less than it started out at with the 5-speed control, but it's still pretty fast for a low speed, in my opinion. 0.24. Hey Andy.
Yes.
Do you happen to remember how fast it was on low with the 5-speed control?
Not exactly, but I think it was probably about that speed.
Because this is drawing less current, and I'm wondering if that's because it's using capacitors instead of a transformer, because a transformer is a little bit wasteful. Well, you know what? We can easily check that. I'm going to set this to speed 1 and set the 4-speed control to high, and we'll see. No, I think it's that's a little bit faster, isn't it?
A little bit, but not by much.
Not by much, and that's 0.27. It's also, I hear, get a little bit of hum from it with the transformer. So that's a little bit. Let's go back to. That's interesting.
Yeah, I slowed down.
Well, I turned it off for a second too. Did you hear a little hum from the motor there for a second? Not now, but when I was using the transformer control.
Just a little bit, yeah.
That's odd that a transformer would cause the motor to hum. Transformers hum, but I'm not known. It's easy enough to. Yep. When I engage the transformer control, I'm just going from speed 5 to 4. It hums a little bit. Well, that's another reason for me not to like transformer controls. So, that's low with the 4-speed. Let's go up to medium-low, 0.42. Yeah, we're already... I keep thinking that's the fan hitting something, but that's you bumping the ladder, isn't it?
Yes.
Ah. Okay, 4-1. Okay, let's go medium. Yeah, these speeds are pretty fast here. Medium high is 0.48, and it's almost the same as high, which is 0.52. Couldn't even get much of a difference in speed on that. Maybe a little bit. I wonder if these blades are steel. I bet they are, but I gotta get a magnet. Remind me before the video is done to check and see if they're steel blades. Okay. Try the transformer control. Let's try the solid state control. Sure. You want to do controls or camera?
I'll do the camera.
Okay. We now have a professional video, all things video, director, producer, cameraman, operating the camera now. We're very lucky. You normally have to pay a lot of money for this.
And just keep on hitting that focus.
Yeah, I have to do it fairly often.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, we got the solid state control. This is the one that came with the leading edge ring fan, and we just saw this for the first time we had the control. Let's see how this does. I bet it's going to buzz, but let's find out. Oh. Yep, there's the buzz. So let's take it all the way to, I'm going to stop it by hand. I'm going to take it, we're at the lowest speed. Okay, I'm not going to bother adjusting the low speed trim, but I'm going to just gradually move the control up until the fan starts. So right now, it's not moving and it's drawing 0.11 amps. Now it's drawing 0.12, 0.13.
Oh, we got it
starting at 0.13. While it's doing that, before I forget, I'm going to grab steel.
Alright.
Come.
Oh.
Oh, I scratched it a little bit. It didn't want to come off there. Good thing that blade was already a little scratched, but even so, I'm mad at myself for scratching it. I can get that out. So this is another example of a fan that if I ever install it someplace where it's just one fan on one control, I will need to make my own control. Because the solid state control is too noisy, and the the capacitor control and the transformer control don't go slow enough. So let's turn it a quarter turn to medium low. We're now drawing 0.26 amps, so this should be right around the low speed with the transformer. I've heard that some people actually like a fan that hums like that because it's apparently soothing, like white noise to sleep by. Okay, let's do another quarter turn to medium high. We're at 0.48. I'm actually going to back it off an eighth of a turn. And we'll get a better medium speed. Now we're at 0.36. Okay, let's go to high. And most of the buzzing goes away with high, which is usually the case with solid state speed controls. Yeah, it's got decent airflow, but I feel it more sitting in the chair than I do directly under the fan. Directly under the fan. No, I've got a decent breeze directly under the fan. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay. Let's spin that down one more time, this time with expert camera work. Best in Madison, right, Andy?
You got it.
Took you a little too long to answer there.
Yeah. Best in Madison with a Motorola cell phone, which has decent video quality for what it is.
Yeah, I think we talked about that in the last video.
Yes,
It's,
we did.
a couple of guys have asked me to invest in a camera for cameraing. But
I'm actually, you know what? I kind of get frustrated using my camcorder for fan videos because the autofocus gets thrown off whenever the fan spins up to high speed. It's really, the autofocus performs very badly in indoor light, even worse than this, and you can't just, well, I guess you can touch screen it to refocus on whatever you want, but then it usually just gets thrown off again right away.
I don't think this has an autofocus, does it? I think it just focuses.
It just focuses on whatever until you hit it.
Yeah. And I like the fact that I can upload the videos directly, so if I'm taking one video, then I can, while I'm removing one fan and installing the next, I can start uploading the previous video, and I couldn't do that if I was using a physical camera.
Yeah.
So,
Could do some DSLR ceiling fan videos.
I have no idea what that is. Sounds like a type of internet.
Okay, I guess we're spun down all the way.
Yep, well that's this video. Thank you so much for watching. Well, I don't actually know what I have coming up. I don't have anything else cool coming up that I might have something else cool coming up, but it won't be for a week or two.
I'm
so
sure
see.
we'll think of something.
Oh yeah. Thanks for watching.